Most people don't lose in life because they lack intelligence. They lose because they are overly attached to being liked. Being liked feels safe. It feels socially intelligent. It feels mature. But being liked is not the same as being respected. And when you confuse approval with respect, you slowly surrender influence to people who understand positioning better than you do. There is nothing wrong with kindness. But when kindness becomes automatic, when it becomes a reflex designed to avoid discomfort, it stops being virtue and starts becoming fear. Fear of disapproval, fear of conflict, fear of being misunderstood, fear of losing acceptance. Many people label this behavior as maturity, when in reality it is avoidance of friction. Nice people smooth tension quickly. They explain themselves too soon. They apologize unnecessarily. They adjust their tone to protect others from discomfort. Strategic individuals approach interactions differently. They observe tension rather than rushing to eliminate it. They allow silence to exist. They let discomfort reveal dynamics. The difference is not cruelty versus kindness. It is unconscious reaction versus calibrated response. One of the most common hidden addictions is psychological comfort. The desire for every conversation to feel smooth, the need for rooms to remain relaxed, the instinct to resolve tension immediately. While this feels socially responsible, it often reduces influence. When you prioritize comfort over positioning, you begin shrinking your presence. You soften truths that require clarity. You hesitate before setting boundaries. You dilute statements that deserve strength. Over time, that pattern lowers perceived authority. Discomfort is not inherently negative. In controlled amounts, it reveals hierarchy, confidence, and emotional stability. When tension arises, most people rush to relieve it. They laugh it off, over-explain, or compensate. The person who remains steady during that moment subtly controls the environment. Composure under pressure communicates stability. Stability communicates strength. Another powerful force shaping behavior is the need for immediate approval. The desire for nods, smiles, agreement, reassurance. Validation feels rewarding in the short term, but dependence on it makes behavior adjustable. When you need instant acceptance, you begin tailoring your opinions to match the room. You hesitate to challenge higher status individuals. You calculate your words based on reception rather than alignment with your standards. Respect often develops slowly. Authority frequently creates discomfort before it creates admiration. When you speak clearly and allow others to process without rushing to repair your image, you demonstrate internal security. Detaching from immediate validation does not mean rejecting connection. It means allowing alignment to matter more than applause. Timing also plays a crucial role in influence. Quick reactions are often mistaken for confidence, but impulsive responses frequently reveal emotional triggers. The person who controls tempo controls direction. When you pause before responding, you shift psychological pressure. Silence creates reflection. Delay introduces uncertainty. Uncertainty increases attentiveness. This is not about ignoring others. It is about choosing when to engage. Strategic pacing allows you to assess tone, intention, and subtext. It prevents you from being steered by provocation. Measured responses carry more weight than reactive ones. Over time, deliberate timing reinforces composure and makes manipulation more difficult. Kindness, when redefined strategically, also changes dynamics. Unlimited generosity removes scarcity. When your time, energy, and support are constantly available, they lose perceived value. Selective investment creates structure. Structure creates consequence. When people understand that access to your attention must align with standards, they approach differently. Selective kindness does not mean coldness. It means discernment. It means reinforcing discipline, loyalty, and integrity while calmly withdrawing energy from behaviors that undermine boundaries. Energy allocation signals value. When your support becomes intentional rather than automatic, it gains impact. Another overlooked element of positioning is closure. Many individuals feel uncomfortable leaving conversations unresolved. They rush to clarify, over-explain, and eliminate ambiguity. While clarity is important, excessive explanation signals attachment to perception. Strategic restraint can be powerful. Not every statement requires elaboration. Not every disagreement demands full transparency. When you resist overcompletion, you allow space for reflection. Mystery increases psychological presence. This does not mean manipulation or deception. It means avoiding unnecessary self-exposure. The ability to walk away without chasing immediate resolution reflects confidence in long-term positioning. Every interaction, whether subtle or direct, involves influence exchange. Small behaviors accumulate. Who adjusts more, who explains more, who seeks reassurance, who holds ground. Influence is often shaped in ordinary moments rather than dramatic confrontations. Awareness of these microdynamics allows recalibration without aggression. Balanced exchanges build sustainable authority. Imbalanced exchanges create silent hierarchy. Managing energy, attention, and availability strengthens positioning gradually. Influence rarely disappears suddenly. It erodes incrementally through unconscious accommodation. Finally, reputation must be designed intentionally. If you do not shape perception, others will shape it for you. Reputation is constructed through consistent reactions, standards enforced, boundaries maintained, and emotional discipline displayed under pressure. One impulsive reaction can become reference material. One tolerated disrespect can set precedent. Strategic reputation management is not about creating a false persona. It is about aligning behavior with the identity you intend to project. Consistency builds predictability of strength. Predictable strength reduces testing. When people understand your standards, they adjust before conflict emerges. None of these principles require aggression. None require hostility. They require discipline in timing, in speech, in energy, and in boundary enforcement. The shift is from unconscious niceness driven by fear to intentional composure driven by positioning. Understanding these dynamics is the first step. Practicing them consistently is what creates transformation. Influence is not built through one bold moment, but through repeated calibrated decisions. When you stop operating from comfort-seeking and begin operating from deliberate alignment, your presence changes. And when your presence changes, the way others respond inevitably changes with it. If this perspective added clarity to how you view social dynamics, consider applying one principle today. Real authority is not loud. It is structured, measured, and intentional.